Well, today's little effort is going to be a clearing of some dead trees that have fallen, or there's a few that I've assisted in their journey to the ground. I've got another one here that I've got to do now, perhaps one or two others, but it'll be a chance for us to get some of these dead trees down and cut up. I'll use the chainsaw and the wood chipper and eventually get them all processed and out of the way, because they're a bit risky. Some of these things, when they get dead, they get very brittle, and if you bump them with a tractor, it's likely to come down on top of me, so got to get them. This is an example of why I'm dropping the dead trees. I just happened to bump this thing with the ROPS frame, and whilst it was just a nice straight tree, there's always a chance that those ones up the top could snap off and fall down. This shows you just how much trouble you get sometimes trying to pick up a dead tree with the bark kept shedding and making it slippier and harder to fall grab, so therefore I decided just to flip it over in the end with the bucket. It was at about this time that I decided it was time to go and outfit myself with some safety gear. So back to the shed to get the chaps, helmet, etc. There's logs on the ground. I try not to drop the chain into the dirt, even though it's tungsten chain. In this case, the battle between trying to keep it out of the dirt and doing battle with a very hard wood like this was a bit wearing, so it took a little bit longer for some of the thicker bits. give us something to tidy up. I'll go find this another couple of little trees that need pushing over that I can get to. Now this one, only a little fella, but she's well and truly dead. So give it a little touch. Take this one down to the pile for the shredder and chip it up into little pieces if I can fit it between the trees, of course. It's always a bit of a battle when you've got a big long thing like this and rather narrow tree gaps. This one's still in the ground, so I'll have to push it around a little bit and have another go at it. This sort of a job is handled pretty well by the 4-in-1 bucket on the loader, but it is really better suited to something like a claw grapple, which I have placed on order. Should be arriving probably any time in the next week or so. It had to come from New Zealand, and it's just a much better suited thing to this because the big claws can just wrap right around a bundle of trees like this and lift them easily. I was a bit concerned about the camera getting shaken a bit too much by being attached to the rocks, the rollover bar at the top, but if you look at the head, the helmet waving around in the breeze here, I think I was getting more of a beating than the camera. Then I found a somewhat larger dead tree that I wanted to get down, and I thought I'd give it a go anyway. It was a pretty firm tree, and I wasn't too sure how it was going to go. Alright, we'll have another go at this thing with the persuader. Right, let's see if that's enough. That one was quite tough. That Black Wattles are very hard timber, and this one did not want to let go. Okay, here we go. We'll throw them all in. I'll get all the big ones in first. And I'll take them down to the fire. Up. Just a bit too big for the chipper. Start up this end. That one's a bit touch and go. It's the sort of thing that gives me the required amount of exercise. Puff, puff. Now all the little stuff. Yes. Yes. It's a good place for the spider fanatics. I just found a huntsman spider there, bigger than my hand. She took off. Ow. At this point I had to adjust the in-feed roller speed because of the bigger timber that I was putting in, particularly hard timber. To slow down the in-feed, then the blades can cut it more finely and it doesn't bog the machine down. Well, here's the end result. A small pile of trees as you saw earlier, and this is what I end up with. These sort of chips vary in size depending on the hardness of the timber, and also which way the timber goes in. If you get a little short bit, it tends to roll sideways and gets sliced up that way. But you slow down the in-feed roller and you get the really fine stuff on the very hard timber as well. But that's it for another. That's all the chipping I care to do for a little while until the next tree comes down. Okay, thanks for watching.